Hey folks, GC Hero here, coming at you with a Platinum deck profile. What I have now is Earth Machines. I use this to get to Platinum this season and have playing through Platinum. From Gold 5 to Plat 5, it wasn't too hard, and then at all. And then from Plat 5, I hit a bit of a snag, made some changes, and was able to go now from Plat 5 to Plat 3, about 11 unanswered wins. I got to Plat 3 for sure before the 11, but I kept playing. So obviously, gotta get those daily quests in. But anywho, and as you can see, it's a pretty cheap deck. Most of the URs are just generic good stuff. You got your Maxis, your Ash Blossoms, Called By, and even a Zeus for any Xyz that goes in any Xyz deck. So that's pretty cool that you have your, it's pretty cheap, and that's the really nice thing about it. Also, a lot of these other cards can go in the other archetypes. There's several archetypes: Infinitrax, bit of Machina, bit of Ancient Gears, and rank 10 terrains as well. But that being said, I kind of just want to talk about the big payoffs, how this deck wins. You have a couple ways to win. You have OTK potential. You have some burst, that's some burst damage. Oftentimes you can go into Gustav Max here, detach something to 2000. Dairy Crane's actually a cool card. When it's detached from material, for instance, as you pop a card, so you can pop up, go to Gustav, do 2000, rank Gustav into Leve. Leve can attach material and become a 6,000 point beater that can attack multiple times, most monsters for each attack once, plus for each material. So that's very great. Door is another big payoff card. Can make something unaffected by card effects and just a big beater. So that's nice, and of course Zeus. Other kind of big win cards is Citadel. Citadel can't be normal summon or set, but especially by card effect, even its own. If whenever any Earth Machines is destroyed, and Citadel's in your graveyard, or summon itself to the field, its other effect allows it to destroy any Earth Machine, any machine monster, and all monsters on your opponent's side of the field with attack equal or less to will be destroyed. So that's just another fantastic effect there. They keep bringing this bad, it can target itself as well. Also, the target card doesn't actually need to be destroyed, so if you're going to negate the destruction, and this deck has several ways to do that, you get the effect for free while getting a Raigeki effect on your opponent that you can do on their turn. So that is just oftentimes a game winner. Another big card I'd say is Machina Fortress. Fortress is awesome because, well, Fortress lets you can special summon to the field by discarding 8 levels or more from your hand. If this is in your hand, it counts for 7 of those levels. So that's always a great play, so you can get rid of that and move like Ancient Gear box. And next, I think I'll briefly talk about the starters, and then I'll just kind of show the combos off. And that's a good way to start, just kind of explain the starters, how to get the party started, and then show you what you actually do with that. I plan on doing some kind of replays of this, but I feel like I want to go into this deck profile for this kind of series. I want to show the deck, then I want to show how to actually set up and what to do and where to go from there. So we have Infinitrack Harvester. Harvester lets you grab an Infinitrack monster from your deck to your hand. Usually that's going to be Dozer, 9 times out of 10 depending on your current hand and your board states. You can also target another monster you control. You'll add the levels of Harvester in that targeted monster, and then both will become the total. So if you target level 5, 2 plus 5 is 7, that's quick math. You'll have 2 level 7s to go to a rank 7 Xyz. So, awesome effect. Next to your starters is Machina Metal Cruncher. When Metal Cruncher is placed on the field in a attack summon, you can choose not to tribute. His attack will go down to 1800. Super irrelevant because you're usually going to sack him off for something else either. Anyway, but you can reveal 3 Earth Machine monsters from your deck to your opponent. The deck is rigged, so oftentimes you'll show them triple Dozer or one of the trains, or cards, or triple Harvester even. Basically, we've rigged it in our favor, of course, and an all-around good card. One of my favorite interactions with this card, I'll state, is if it's skill drain, for instance, right? Then you get the effect. It gets effects. It becomes a 2,800 point beater. So You end up not really caring about the skill drain and just smacking some face. When in doubt, just club them to death. Let's see, the next starter is redeployment. Let's discard a card. You have 2 Machina monsters with different names from your deck to your hand. If you have a Machina, you can discard. You can have 2 monster cards in general from your deck to your hand. And then finally, Heavy Forward. Well, not finally, one more starter. Heavy Forward is a fantastic card. You add any Infinitrack monster from your deck to your hand. Also has some cool effects with their Xyz monsters. Any Machine Xyz monster you can target with this card. And once per turn, you can either change its battle position or attach this card with material. The first effect sounds terrible, but the Infinitrack Xyz monsters all have effect that you can sacrifice a Link monster and then go ahead and bring that back in defense mode. You can then mitigate that drawback and put it in attack mode and smack some face. So those are the start. Oh, one more. Urgent Schedule. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, also summon 1 level 4 or lower machine and 1 level 5 or higher Earth Machine monsters from your deck in defense position. You can get their effects, but usually you don't care about those effects. And you can only use the effect of Urgent Schedule once per turn, but if it's set and gets destroyed, you get to take a level 10 from your deck to add to your hand. So even then, you can get some value out of it, which is great. So with all the starters, the deck becomes pretty consistent, which means you won't brick too often, but when you do, it hurts that much worse. But even then, you have plays to play around that. Usually you'll be to draw on something. And, you know, Tribute's probably a flex spot as well. I really like this card, and the current meta where people spamming things, sometimes you just blow things out of the water, and you end up with a Machina Citadel, because destruction effect, even your own will summon it. Twister could probably be Harpy Feathers Dust realistically, but I'm waiting for the UR Dust, and I'm considering what the next moves, but currently, I'm liking everything I'm seeing. And low-key, the discard effect is nice to get certain cards into the graveyard. So that being said, let's kind of go into what the deck does. With the combo, I will go ahead and show the combo off. Very basic combo. Go into like a solo and show the combo off. And then maybe I can grab a replay when this gets disrupted what to do as well. But stick around and we will get into that. Thank you. Alright, here we are again. Hello friends. So we have to show you the basic Earth Machine combo. Alright, so let's get down to it. It's pretty simple and straightforward. And it's a nice 1-card combo. So you get your starter, you get Harvester, we even have Heavy Forward to grab it. This is nice, it's kind of resilient. So let's say you Harvestered, try to get Dozer, the Ash Blossom, stop you in your tracks. You'd have the Heavy Forward to grab Dozer anyway, so that's actually really good. And also, you have Anchor Drill, but for simplicity and just to kind of showcase the combo, that kind of gets the party started, we're going to get this party started. So we're going to still Harvester. Will search me out an Infinitrack monster. We will grab Dozer. I'll use Dozer's effect. Special summon, not sacrificing an Earth Machine. And use his other effect to grab Trencher. Then what you're going to do is you're going to Exceed Summon Infinitrack River Stormer. I love the artwork of machine monsters so much in this game. Look at that, look how cool that is. And then you're going to detach. I always go for Trencher, it doesn't actually matter, as you're going to sacrifice the River Storm anyway. But I feel like best habit is just Trencher. But this allows you to grab any Earth Machine. You're going to grab Bullet Train. You're going to add Bullet Train to your hand. And then you're going to special summon the Bullet Train. Get it out of your hand. This is the Nibiru turn, so they sacrifice it. This would be a great time to disrupt you, but you would have the Bullet Train in your graveyard to get an Earth Machine back to your hand. So that's something to think about. So then you're going to sacrifice our boy River Stormer to get Goliath out. This is when we activate Trencher's effect to summon an Infinitrack monster. Grave. And keep in mind, Trencher does not negate effects. Of course, these are once per turn, but for instance, Harvester's secondary effect is still live because we only use the summon effect, we use each once. So if I want to just go into Zeus for some ungodly reason to flex how cool I am, I mean, that's not an ungodly reason, I just want to go into Zeus. Don't do that typically. It's kind of the combo unless maybe you're in a dire situation. But yeah, then we continue on. But for later turns, when you're using Trencher, if you were to get your other Trencher or shuffle it back into the deck with Machina Overdrive, so secondary effect, it would allow you to, use those cards again. Or maybe Anchor Drill, getting to use Anchor Drill again. For rank 9, it's always good. But yeah, Harvester or whatever this Infinitrack was into Goliath. And then you will sacrifice both. And you will bring out Ballista. There's only one target for Ballista to search, so there's no confusion there. Grab your boy Agent Gearbox. You go ahead and activate Box's effect. And it was time you're just going to grab a Tunneler here. Then you're going to take Tunneler, sacrifice Agent Gear Ballista. Summon Tunneler. Tunneler won't be around for too long. Either use the third Goliath. 2. And bring out Tunneler. Bring out your Tunneler in your graveyard. And then what you want to do is to double-headed Anger Knuckle. Anger his boy. Get these going. And remember, this is all off of one card. You can generate all this value. And then you Anger Knuckle, and then you go ahead and activate Tunneler. Tunneler goes to the grave. The Banish Zone. You take that, and Dozer. Some would say Harvester, most say Dozer. Some would say you probably want to take the train and just quick link Anger Knuckle's effect to get nothing. Personally, I like Dozer. Get your extender back, get all your link monsters back. Draw 2. And there's the combo. Now, and that's the combo. Very simple. You lay down your traps. You kind of want to typically leave Express Bullet Train because he'll give you back Harvester. Because his effect is when you turn these into the graveyard, you get the Earth Machine back. So you can actually get your Harvester back for just more value and more plays. Typically keep River Stormer as you can sacrifice a Link monster. And yeah, that would be the play. If you draw into Dairy Crane, for instance, like we did here, you typically would want to, I would say it would be worth using this effect to discard the Aging Gear box, grabbing a Bullet Train, and then Dairy Crane activate because you special summon an Earth Machine, playing those, and then going into good old Dora the Explorer, and starting off a nice play there. So that's the combo though, very simple. Unless you draw deeply into your deck, you can see, 35 cards, we're now down to 29. That's pretty good. And then we have some interaction here called by, we have some like Disruption, Overdrive to get Machina Citadel out, or Fortress, or whatever we were looking for, And then you have Heavy Forward to grab something else. So a lot of good plays. But typically we just end like this, pass, get the value from Bullet Train, the next turn pitch the box, get Bullet Train on the field, and then you go from there. You can actually Overdrive, get Citadel. I think I'd usually Overdrive, get Citadel, get rid of the train, get it back into your graveyard again, and you'll get Box for that resource loop and grab another card with Box's effect. Also, you get your Citadel, and you can usually, some of these cards have very low attack points that you could use your Citadel to pop the double-head Anger and wipe the board, whether trying to spam a bunch of creatures, or you can pop Citadel itself. But yeah, you have quite a few plays there. Going there, so thank you, and I will continue to show a few more combos, so hold on tight. Alright, here we are going to show the combo. We'll stick with this hand. We'll be showing you what happens if you get, this is going to be starting with a level 10 train. So it's a variant of the combo. So we're going to go into deployment, discard a card and grab Machina. What would you grab? This card here. We could get the train and do a standard combo, but let's kick deployment. It doesn't matter, we're just against the AI. I'm not gonna think too hard. We grab a middle country to start the party up. And we'll grab a fortress, why not? And of course, you just do the standard combo. So it's like the standard combo. When you start off with one of your trains, but because you have another train, you'll be able to go into a rank 10. And then you show 3 real Dozer if starting with Metal Cruncher. So there's also the Metal Cruncher opener when you have a Dozer. You just show them Dozer and they have the illusion of choice. Then you go ahead, activate Dozer's effects. Most of the time you'll be getting Trencher. There are times where you get Tunneler. For instance, if you start off with Ancient Gear Box, you'd want to grab Tunneler to try to get Box back into the deck. But yeah, it's just very standard stuff, just like the first combo. You're going to kick Trencher. You can take any card we want. We'll take another train. Now this is always train here, but now we have 2. So we'll be able to go into that nice rank 10 play. So we're going to throw a bullet train down. So this is like 5 summons, by the way, so this is whether you're Nibiru you, if that's going down. That's enough. I think Nibiru is being played less from my experience, 3 Platinum. Gonna keep jamming and seeing, but haven't really been seeing too much Nibiru. Still don't want to get this. Then we're gonna go ahead and activate Kick Trencher to the curb. Get our Dozer back. He's not gonna be around for long, of course, as we want another Goliath. Goliath online. Let me know in the comments if you know who that's from. Still not gonna get Dairy Crane. Now here's an interesting interaction. So you go for Ballista. And now typically here you could actually use Dairy Crane to chain block. But it has been, you activate this effect, of course. Get your and then you do this to chain block. Many are saying that doesn't work, as in the OCG that interaction doesn't quite work that way, so they can still interrupt your Ballista. But chances are, if they're going to interrupt you, they would have done that before you drop the Ballista. Alright, but then you grab Tunneler. So keep that in mind, that the chain blocking effect may not work, whether that is intentional or not, we'll see. But you can't actually block that out. Alright, then you go into from Tunneler. After taking Tunneler, you go into another Goliath. And here's good old Goliath. And then, like before, you'll take Anger Knuckle. Why is he so angry? The world may never know. Sag those 2. And typically, and then here, you now activate your boy. Tunneler and Tunneler. Pot of the Machine. Take all those good guys back and grab Dozer. Now there's also a case where you would chain this. Like when you pick Tunneler, you actually click on the Express Bullet Train to bring back as well. And since you're going to summon it anyway this turn, to having another level 10 and going for the rank 10 play, and you can just put 4 and just kind of mitigate the amount of cards you could pull from. So it reduces the chance of you playing another Dozer, as you probably want more follow-up plays. Something to think about as well. Also valid. So draw 2, so again. And normally we would kind of end here. It would just be kind of Anger Knuckle and set some traps. You know, we set Call By. Even kind of chill here. But because we drew a rank 10, we're going to activate Anger Knuckle now. And also, of course, Bullet Train will give us, for instance, so Bullet Train would give us Inner Machine back when we end the turn. In this case, we would take our Metal Cruncher back into our hand. And that's just more, he would be more Fortress fodder actually. But we're going to send this lad to the graveyard. Summon him to the field. And then we'll go into... Our initiation is always Super Dora. We're using Super Dora. She has the quick effect that allows you to make her invincible. And because it's a quick effect, you can do it on your opponent's turn. and you can use Derek Crane's effect when it's attached to pop something on their field, so that's great. And that's the level 10 play. Then you would just pass here, and you got some disrupt, you got tribute, you got Dora, you can Dora pop something. Dora's not invincible. Tribute, they keep going, they fight through it. Tribute, wipe the board. They have graveyard effects, you can call it by. And actually, with this hand, we could actually special summon. We actually have Heavy Forward to grab another Infinitrack, probably Anchor Drill. Fortress, you could kick Fortress, and Dozer to summon Fortress in defense mode or attack mode. I recommend defense, plays around the Lightning Storm, and plays around like big OTKs. Yeah, so that is that combo, and we'll show a few more. Alright, and here we are. I'm actually doing this as the Killer Rank 9 play I want to show. Typically this is not something I'd recommend doing first. I don't like this play going first. This is usually your follow-up play. After you've done your combo, or maybe it's interrupted, but you have access to a level 5 and Anchor Drill. It's super simple. You go Anchor Drill does its magic, grabs Dozer. You typically would hope for, actually I probably should have done like Heavy Forward and grab, if you have Heavy Forward, I'd grab another one of the others. Because if you're doing this on the first turn, I guess you have 2 rank 9s that we're playing. We have Enter Bluff, Earth Slicer. If you use Dozer and use his effect to grab something, it locks you into his summoning from the deck effect. It will lock you into Earth Machines. However, Earth Slicer is available. Going first, this is terrible, I'd say. There's not too much value. Going second, Earth Slicer is awesome because you just pop some cards. You can also, if you have Trencher or Tunneler, you can go ahead and grab Enter Blast. You essentially could use it to get Enter Blast with Dozer, you just can't use his effect. Is all. And Blast just lets you rip a card out of your opponent's hand. So I reckon it could look something like this, where we then activate Anchor Drill's effect, Dozer. That we go into Enter Blast, and then use Enter Blast effect to rip a card out of our hand. Sure, we got a Tunneler, we can just kick that. That's why I'm not thinking why Tunneler, or it's another reason why you probably ideally want Tunneler or Trencher, because they have graveyard effects. Trencher, if you're doing this line of play starting off for some ungodly reason, I'd say this is not a very good play to do this. Rip a card out of their hand. If you have Trencher, you can get that up and all you need is another thing. But as you can see, this doesn't grant you much resources, and so depending on what you have, this could be a play, but usually going for a rank 9 is after. Is either you've gone first, you set up your stuff, whether it was interrupted or not, this is a strong follow-up play, getting this to banish something, or getting your Earth Slicer to destroy things is great. You've gone second, and there's something ultra critical that you want to banish, or again, destroy with Earth Slicer. So these are good going second plays. These are good follow-up plays. I know some people do like the rip a card. I think it's just not worth it. Like, we got a card that even this this crappy AI deck wouldn't care about losing. So unless you can see the future and know what your RNG will hit, I advise against this one. Alright, so one final combo is this hand here looks like a tragedy. We drew a box, we didn't show any starters. I mean, we have Fortress. Pretend we didn't have Fortress. That's like Ash Blossom or something. She's there, Forehead Girl's just there laughing at us like, what are you going to do with this hand? So I guess you just kind of, doing this. It's still an Earth Machine, go that. Now it's key that you were able to get that into the graveyard. doing our thing. Essentially using it as a starter, and you can just use it as a starter, right? Like, remember, there's special summons, and you just in your Earth Machine. Kind of showing that. Oh, I messed up. Yeah, I was supposed to get. This here will grab Tumbler. I didn't mess up, we're fine, yeah. I guess initial play you can get Tumbler and then get the train and go from there. Well, actually, no, you need to get Tumbler because you need to get both. So yeah, then you're just Tumbler. Nom nom nom. Drop Tumbler. Get Tumbler back in the grave. So then you go ahead and get your boy Goliath online. Go ahead, ask Mr. Trencherman to get Dozer. And it doesn't matter as you're stacking anyway, but the one, you know, in case they have like effect, I don't know, kind of banishment effect, to keep it in the grave. Well, this is like the weird thing here. We go for Anger Knuckle here, right? Yeah. Thinking here. This combo. We want to get the Ballista back. We want to get them back, and we want to get these going. Play Angry Boy. The Angry Boy, and then we'll activate Tunnler. And we'll grab these. We'll grab everything here. Now let's get the draw. Get this box back in the deck for later. As you can see, it's not the most fun variant, as you don't get as much value. Like for instance, we don't have a rank 10. I mean, realistically, with this hand, I probably got into Fortress and Chill. But it is something. Kind of consider that you can get the box that when you draw the box and you draw poorly like that. And there are some bricked hands that kind of get weird that you can actually make something. Like if you grab the right 10 trains, but like, what, this isn't him. Anchor Drill, you can, well actually, you can throw Anchor Drill down and the rank 10 trains can summon themselves. And then you go to rank 10, then you get Anchor Drill with the graveyard. Like, you have some plays. You can sacrifice the rank 10, like, you have some plays. But that's kind of showcase, like, hey, this kind of sucks, this is not nearly as good, but you still can get some draws and, like, some good top decks. I mean, with this hand specifically having Maxi and Ash Blossom, feels like, hey, I didn't get the best play, and Tribute's probably gonna steal the show. Might have just wanted Fortress and Chill. And that concludes the video. Here we are again. I want to show the list up again for you to take a look at it. What we did was just a deck profile, you know, and then view the basic combos in the deck. Very efficient, very nice. Great deck, a lot of openers again. Like I said, at rank 9, do that as a follow-up or if you go in second. I just want to stress that out and not to really do that first. Even if you think Enter Blast for being a card is necessary. Maybe for your tournament and you know... No, don't never do that. Just don't do that. I'm gonna stress that out again. But yeah, here's the list. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you have any variants of the deck you're playing, or if you're doing like more of a pure Infinite Tracker or pure 10 trains build or a pure Machina, let me know. All the machine archetypes there. And let me think your thoughts. Thank you. You have a great day. Thanks for watching.